What's going on, guys? Welcome back to RC Every Day. Another rainy day here in Texas. I've been at the sit and stare phase with this for a day now, and I think we're going to go ahead and do the leaf spring conversion. So playing with tires and wheels, I want it to set more stockish. That's where my interests lie right now. The tires it comes with are super big, and want it to be scale. So RC4wd does offer a leaf spring kit, which I have laying around here somewhere, for the Gelande2 chassis. This is leaf spring kit Z-S1752. So I don't know much about this. It doesn't have any instructions with it. I bet they've got some on their website somewhere. But to keep it stockish, I'm thinking we're going to do the leaf under axle like the new Toyota comes. We just got to see how the ride height looks. I've got these stock tires or stock wheels mounted up on some Boom Racing 1.9 Landy Classic tire, and these look killer. They're old Chevron looking mud tires from the day, way back in the day. And I went ahead and mounted two of those up. They fit on these wheels actually really nice. And yeah, we just got to get the ride height right. So we're going to be a lot of taking apart, a lot of putting back together with this. So first thing I got to do is clean up all this extra hardware from the kit and try not to lose it, because we still have to do the body. But get this chassis stripped down, take the 4-link stuff back off. There's a lot of stuff that we're going to have to do with this. If we do get it setting out low and we like it, we're going to have to look at changing the transmission or the transfer case cross member, because it's got the link mounts made onto it, and it hangs down really low on that if we go that route. Luckily the TF2 one will bolt in place as well. I don't know if it'll line up with the drive shaft. We may have to put a flexible shaft between the transfer case and the transmission. We might have to do a whole lot of things. So yeah, let's get started by stripping this thing back down. Probably also with the leaf springs, we're going to change the shocks. They don't need a coilover shock when we have springs already on it. And yeah, let's go from there. I got to clean up the mess first before we make a new one. All right, guys, got all that stuff stripped down. Much easier to take apart and put together. Just sorting out, we've got a bunch of weird stuff here. We got some special hangers. I think these go up front, actually. Got to figure out which way they face. They are numbered 1 and 2. The instructions online, not super clear. I don't even know what. I think that goes there, and then shackle on that, and then this is the hanger. I don't know. Got to do some more looking. Rear looks pretty straightforward. The rear is just shackles and stuff like normal. Shackles do seem a little bit longer than the usual ones, but I like that it's close to the rail. We don't have that standoff piece like you do on the TF2. So we'll probably just throw this back on here real quick. I'm pretty sure it just gets the regular old plate style like this, and I've got, yeah, there they are. Okay. So it's perfectly in line with the chassis rail. Those bolt around. And yeah, so I'll throw the rear on real quick, and then I'll go double check what the front gets, and we'll pick up from there. not too bad. The instructions are on the website, of course, on the product description down at the bottom. Very unique brackets up front. I don't know about this. I don't know. We'll see if we get enough movement out of that. One thing, these holes on these rear brackets here, they got a little slop to them. So we got a little room to wiggle with. So it comes with some angled lift blocks, or just angled blocks. That one's actually bent. And then it comes with some of the arched ones to put on top so the leaf spring can keep some of its arch, which makes me think that it may set too low. But we're not going to know till we try. I've got some somewhere in a bin of the RC4 wheel drive flip things, the blocks. Yeah, those. I think I've got a set of the CC hand front ones with the lower shock mount, which may be all sorts of in the way for this axle. I don't know. Trying to find the front axle. Oh no, it got not a lot of room in there for the shock. I think I have another set of their other ones on the wall. I'll have to go look. I'm out of the regular ones, of course, but I want to mock it up both ways, get it upright. I know it's going to be a lot of taking stuff apart and putting it back together, but that's what we got to do. I want to get this ride height right, and then we'll go through and figure out. Oh, that leaf spring's got a nice bend in it. Oh, these are super duper soft. That's going to be good. Oh, and they're different lengths. Or they just got a lot of deformity in them. I don't know. We got some figuring to do here. So yeah, let me look for some more pieces, and we'll start bolting these on. All right, guys, we got problems. It's always problems when you try to lower a rig down like this. So I think the suspension wise it would work, but this has a right hand diff on the front axle, and our output is on the left, the transmission's in the way, and it's setting on the transmission right now, and the leaf springs really don't have any weight on them. So we could, I don't even know if they, well, actually I was looking at the new Yoda. It has a left hand diff because it came with the axle flip already. We could get one. I don't want to go through all that, so I'm thinking we'll go back leaf on top of axle and see what kind of tires and stuff we can fit with this leaf spring setup. I don't think it'll be as tall as it was with the 4-link with those 90 millimeter shocks, but I think that's the route to go. I'm going to go ahead and assemble the back that direction, and we'll get it mounted up and see, and then I'll probably go ahead and switch the front back down too. I don't want to have to wait on parts and drag this build out, you know. I want to get the stance and get it nailed. I got to thinking, like, one of the things personally I never did like about this chassis was the links. It flexed really good and stuff, but it just wasn't scaled to the truck. So maybe a medium-sized tire leaf spring version of it, that kind of, I don't know, I get a little tingle inside thinking about that. So we may swap, try to mount these stock tires again. They're so sticky right now. Like I couldn't get them mounted in the last video. It just frustrated me to no end. But I've got a ton of tires and wheels, especially mid-size like that. Something we could throw on it in the meantime to get an idea of how it's going to sit. But I'm going to do all that stuff. We'll get the rear mounted up, leaf on top of axle, go ahead and switch the front back over, and then we'll regroup from there. I didn't mean to give you a closer look at that. I mean, we're drive shafts touching at this point, and yeah, one of those screws already fell out. It's tight, so scratch that. All right, guys, it's the next day. I put the stock tires on 2 of the stock wheels. I just don't know. I'm torn. It's still sitting about the height as it was with the 4-link. And again, we don't have any shocks on it. And of course, we don't have all the weight on it yet either. So this shock setup, or the spring setup, I mean, it's set up like the TF2 short wheelbase. So you have these blocks that are angled to, basically, it's going to create more lift by forcing the spring to arch. I bolted them straight to the pad on the axle to lower it, because that's kind of the theme of everything. I'm trying to get it to set a little more stock height. So when you look at pictures of these from the factory, they were leaf under. Unfortunately, we just don't have a long enough leaf pack, and the way the dimensions, it's that common thing I run into all the time. We're stuck with what scale components we have versus what the real car actually had. So again, flipping the axle, it's not going to work. We could get a left-hand pumpkin axle, which would give us a little more space. I really do like these skinny tires, and I love how they look on these wheels, actually. The offset and stuff was perfect with the body, but we've got this giant wheel arch at the front. And they had a small one in the back. You've seen a lot of them that were cut. They had flares, different stuff people did to them over the years. So I'm just kind of stumped right now. I feel like these tires are still too big, but I don't know. But overall, I like the leaf kit. I like the front bracketry and stuff. It's actually kind of cool. I'd like to pick up another set just to have around. Maybe we could throw it on something that never had leaves also. But you can see the angle of the drive shaft. It's still, even at this height, we are right on the transmission. So we've got to do some thinking. I was chatting with the fellas on Facebook. We could do the GCM transmission with the LRT2. Apparently they make a kit for this. I guess the TF2 kit would work as well, because the transmission mounts are basically the same. And that will buy you the space you need for the drive shaft, as well as you can flip their transfer case side to side. And that would also eliminate this 4-link transfer case mount that we're working with here. So I think I'm gonna wrap this video up here. I don't want to rush stuff. That's something, it's taken me a lot of years to develop some patience with all of this. And yeah, when you're not feeling it, just walk away for a little bit. I don't have as much tire selection as I did, just to try to save space in the shop. I sold a bunch of tires back around Christmas time, and yeah, those are always helpful. They have all these different tire and wheel combos. You just throw them on, find the size that looks right, offset that looks right, and then pick a tire and wheel based off of that. So it kind of backfired on me now. So what I'm thinking though, we're keeping the leaves. I'm thinking about the the Kudu shocks. I've got 2 sets of 80 millimeters of those. They're great scale shock, oil filled, and yeah, they should be able to bolt right into this, no problem. As far as running multiple leaves, I don't know. We'll see how this thing flexes out once we get some weight on it. Typically, I like the heavier rigs with leaf springs because you need more leaves and it's more stable, but you still get to flex. I'm not a fan of the mono leaf setup, especially if you throw a Fusion Pro on here or something with some torque. Then you start running into axle wrap and bending your leaf springs and stuff like that. So like on all my Scottsdales, I typically run 2 leaves on all corners with the battery and everything. It's enough weight, and once the leaves soften up after a few runs, these leaves do feel very soft, so I'm thinking these are the more modern versions. They have the softer spring material. And I've got stuff like this too. I bought this for the Land Rover. It didn't look right on there. It actually worked good on the Cruiser. It's the perfect width and stuff. So that could be another option to add weight. But I don't know if I want to go with that look. In my head, I'm seeing this as a weekend off-road rock crawler. So that's why we're kind of sticking with the bigger tire thing. And just want to see how one of these does with leaves. I've always wanted to do a leaf spring conversion. And here we are. So anyways, as always, thank you guys for watching. And let me know in the comments if you got a tire recommendation. I really do like these wheels. They look good in chrome, and they do have an updated hex in there. They're a little bit difficult. I had some issues with these tires just getting the beads to set straight. They're so sticky. That's the problem. They went on the skinny tire very easily. So, but I do like that updated hex. It feels very snug on there, and liking that so far. The other big thing, they have the 12 mil hexes that have the set screw in them, so you don't have to worry about that, which is great when you're in the trial and error phase. you don't have your pins falling out every time you flip the truck over. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think, what direction we should take this thing, because right now I'm just seeing that full-bodied weekend, drive it to the trail, beat on it, leaf springs, and limp it back home kind of rig. I'm still not sure on the color. Like I said, I did buy some paint, and I'm having second thoughts about that. A couple of you guys have posted these in dark green with the white top, and I'm like, I'm kind of feeling it. So anyways, appreciate you guys. Get out there and have some fun with the hobby. Keep it scaling. I'll see you next time.